Welcome back to week 16, everybody. We are down the first week of the playoffs, down to our final four. Real quick, hop into a couple stats for us per usual. Our scorer of the week, even though it was the Poop Bowl, two of them were in the Poop Bowl. Mr. Huffy, 195 points, bent me over, spanked me on the bottom, rocked my rear end. Not fun. Number two, Kevin, up in our playoff bracket, 142 points. And then number three, down in the pooper as well, Noah Baker with 130 points. So congrats to everybody. Top three, worst of the week, I do believe was Caleb with 96. Fortunately, Caleb's reign of terror came to an end this week. Kevin was stressing about winning and then blew him out of the water. So fun stuff there. So our final four matchup is going to be number one, Zach. He is going to be taking on number five, Kevin. And then number two, Steve, is going to be taking on number three, Mr. Nick Geyer over there. Boys, really, okay. I guess real quick, Noah Baker, I guess I'm not even going to talk about the Poop Bowl. I really don't care. Obviously, Kevin ended up beating Caleb 142-96. Kevin, you got a word? You got something on it? Give me a little deets.
I mean, honestly, it came down to the nicknames, man. They performed.
Came down to the nicknames, huh?
Chandler.
Mr. Who? What was it? What was it for Ty Chandler? Who? Is this guy or something?
Who?
Just who?
Yeah. Great. Zeke, still hate myself for playing him, but he did enough. And then, Cup D's nuts came through.
These nuts. He did. He had a excellent week. Congrats to you, sir. Moving on. And then I'm just going to hop to you two. Nick, 120-114. Tight matchup. Came down to the last play for the Seahawks. Wins 120-114. So you move on. Boys, let me hear it. What are we thinking? Brad, I'll let you start.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, going into that last game on Monday night, not much you can do, and you only have so many points, and he has one player left. Unfortunately, I had to come down to the very last play of the game, but not having Tyreek Hill hurt, definitely, and Tank Dell not playing or being hurt earlier. But yeah, congrats to Nick. He had the better team, but congrats.
Nick?
Thank you, sir. Dude, that was a nerve-wracking matchup. I felt like I was on the verge of dooming myself because I think everyone had seen my bench. I still, in hindsight, wouldn't have started Addison or Palmer. I didn't expect either of those two to go off. And then Riley Patterson being a scratch right before the game, made a couple mistakes on the defense, but it was nerve-wracking. I watched the entire Seahawks game last night. I really thought I was done. I was like, all right, well, this is my end. And then 28 seconds left. Well, I don't know if it was third or fourth down. JS ended up getting that touchdown. Yeah. So it literally came down to the last play. But I mean, it's kind of like a thriller, a championship game, close game, came down to the last play. Can't write a better script.
Yeah, that was a tight one. That was a tense one. Really good matchup in the playoffs. I'd say first round. That was, whew. Raiders defense, 38 points. I'm gonna dive into this a little bit. Raiders defense, 38 points. Good on them. Chargers. I mean, Chargers look terrible. So, I mean, I think the Raiders deserved every point that they got. Realistically, multiple defensive touchdowns, turnovers out the butthole, just not letting the Chargers do much until the end there. I mean, 63 points from their offense, just incredible. Patty Mahomes, only 19 points, which isn't terrible. I'd say one of your weak spots, well, two of your weak spots, really, Breece Hall only putting up 2, Brad, and then Dotson only putting up 1. So, I mean, that's a tough beat. Ayuk only putting up 5, another kind of tough beat. In a 45-point game, Ayuk only putting up 5. I mean, they did hit the running game hard. Christian McCaffrey himself had a tremendous game as well. So, I guess when you have such a strong run game, your pass game is going to get knocked out a little bit. But Edwards-Helaire put up 18 for you. Helaire, however you say that goofy name. And then over on Stafford, I guess he decided to play some football this weekend. He realized that Cooper Kupp is on his team. Got 25 points. They had a good game. Zamir, I don't know. White put up 16. Joe Mixon did a little bit of work for you with 13. CD with 15, even in the loss. What a game. What a game, by the way. Cowboys going down. And then obviously JSN with the 12. So good on him. Rams only getting 10, and then obviously missing out on the kicker points. But it
Kelsey.
not costing you in the end.
Kelsey has been killing me. I know the tight end spot's always a little tough, and I drafted him, I think, with my first pick. And I mean, I guess technically he's top 3, but he is not performing like he has in the past. And I know the Chiefs are having their issues, but Kelsey, I feel like, has just been letting me down as of late.
But yeah, it's because they can triple team him because no one else can catch the ball.
Yeah. Specifically Tony, man. It's insane how
He
he's
got
still
me
on the
another
team.
pick too.
All
Nick,
right.
Yeah.
Nick, I got a question for you here. Just a little curious. I just kind of your thought process. You decided Rams over the Browns defense. What was the factor on that one?
The Browns are just going through a ton of injuries. They lost Delpit in the secondary. They lost 2 of their defensive front. I knew they were playing the Bears. But I think Washington has the highest chance for a pick 6, and the Rams have been hot offensively. I was like, all right, I'll go with the Rams because Washington, I think, is the worst of the 2 teams between Washington and Bears. Obviously, I was wrong there. Browns are still that team, still that defense. So I think I learned my lesson there.
All right. I mean, yeah, Browns defense is solid. What you want, Kevin?
So I personally think I probably would have done the same thing. My actual question is, because I am curious. I know you said in hindsight you still wanted to start. You wouldn't have started Palmer or Addison.
Yeah.
I got to know why. Because in my opinion, JSN is the third down or a third string receiver, 4th option. Palmer was the number 1. Addison was the number 2.
You gotta look at the quarterbacks too. So like you had Mullins, I don't even know who the Chargers guy's name was, and I guess you also have Drew Lock. So the pick isn't really great. It's really kind of a coin flip. I figured JSN was due, hasn't scored a touchdown since week 8. I don't know. I was just kind of luck of the draw. And the other portion too is Pacheco was out and Achane was questionable, and so I didn't even really get the chance to even consider putting those guys in because one played Thursday, one played Saturday, and I was waiting on Achane's status.
I mean, it worked out for you. I think, that's situation that I find myself in after the fact a lot, which I always tell Kevin, like, should have played, so-and-so over so-and-so, even though realistically you wouldn't because of position-wise, but then they go and outscore, and then you have yourself second-guessing a lot. I mean, half of fantasy is a gamble. It is, a chance.
Yeah.
Swing over to Brad real quick. Devin Singletary on your bench with 19. Was there a toss-up in whether you play him in a flex spot? Like, I could understand not wanting to play him over Montgomery or Hall, 2 strong starters, but maybe over Edwards-Helaire. I mean, that wouldn't have done much for you, but was there a thought process behind just keeping him on the bench this week?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, before the game, that was my decision between moving Ridley to my wide receiver 1 and then putting Singletary in my second flex. That was what I was going to do, but I don't know. I guess it was something with Case Keenum, maybe. I thought they were going to throw it out more. And I think Tennessee has a decent rush defense. For some reason, I guess I just went with Dotson against the Rams. In hindsight, it's not the best move, but I don't know. I just thought in the moment, I guess. Singletary has been good for me, though. I don't know why I didn't start him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty, he's been pretty decent. He's had his waves.
It was also
but
the fact that Tyreek got ruled out kind of late, and I kind of panicked and just kind of put Dotson in without thinking it. That's also part of my reasoning, but
yeah, I mean, I guess factoring in CJ being out too, you don't have the slinger. Maybe you got to look at the run game differently. You just, like I said, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. It's football, right? It's fantasy football. You never know who's going to go off. Never know who's going to have a game. Sometimes it just hurts you a little bit. It is what it is. You move on. It was a good, hard-fought battle. Love to see it in the first round. At least we got one good game. And the other one wasn't that good. No offense. Congrats, Kevin, but, kind of a blowout. I'll head down to the poop bowl real quick, just kind of touch on it. Noah Baker beat Noah Jackson, battle of the Noahs, 130 to 123. So close game there. So Noah, you're done. You are saved in your spot. Congrats to you. Baker, you move on to face Lonnie in the second round. As I mentioned, Huffy beat the other living crap out of me, 195 to 115. He got his revenge after last week. Hate that I had to play him twice. Not even sure he's really paying attention anymore, but he doesn't have to anymore. So he is done. I got to move on and play Garrett. I already told Garrett this is dangerous, scary territory because I'm not confident I'm going to beat him. It seems like my team hit the poop bowl and they've given up. Now I've got Herbert out. I'm working with Mr. Sam Howell back there. Not going well. I'm expecting him.
Might need Jacoby.
Shit. Yeah. Gonna
Yeah,
expect
he might
Sam to
start.
put up 40 for me. But well, I guess the poop bowl isn't done because they do have to play for like 7th and 8th or something.
Baker and Huffy play for 7th and 8th. Then the next winners play for 9th and 10th. And then obviously Poop Bowl champion that you'll be hosting.
Thanks. You know, it's only fair. I can't have 2 of my accounts in the winner bracket. So
That's
gotta
true.
choose one. You know, if we're gonna go with that bit, then this is what it is. Steve's locked, ready to go. He told me earlier he was gonna be working some magic this week, Nick. So be prepared for the Black Steve magic. Excited to see how that goes. Excited to see how the Zach Kevin matchup goes. I know for a fact Kevin's confident. Kevin's reeling it in. He's focused on championship week. He's confident.
This is so incorrect. Although I put Keenan Allen not practicing again. I love to see that.
That's tough.
So we don't have predictions yet. I think
I don't know why, but
yeah, Sleeper's gonna do the BS tomorrow, I guess. I think they do it in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they keep going. I think they just switch it to Wednesday. So I don't really have the exact predictions, and it doesn't even let me look at week 16. So, because I just don't think it realigns it yet, doesn't set it yet.
Steve are projected for because they're already there.
Yes.
So it's projected for 110, and then Steve is projected for 114. We can't see mine or Nick's, but I can promise you I would only be projected for about 20 because I have 2 guys playing.
You sure you're not projected for like 8 from your kicker only?
No, because Rams play on Thursday, so Kieran Williams and Cooper Kupp are in my lineup right now.
Okay. So he dropping the bid a little bit.
I have to have someone in there. They play first on Thursday. They get put in.
All right. Nick, going up against Steve, predicted 114. I don't obviously know what you're looking at right now. How do you feel going into it?
I'd say I feel good, but Steve's there for a reason. I think he knows the correct people to pick up. How he knows is beyond me. But you know, I'm hoping. I'm more concerned with my own choices at this point. I really don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to be the awarded or the awardee of the person who was the least efficient manager. So we'll see. I feel like I have a good shot. I feel like I have a solid team, solid flexes. So we'll see where it goes. I guess I also will have Stafford, so I'm hoping he connects with Cooper Kupp for a couple. It'll be nice.
Yeah, about
it. So we talked last week a little bit about trades that may have cost someone. You're slipping through the crack right now. What are your thoughts on that with that trade and where you are?
A couple of my trades, I think the one that's going to hurt me the most right now is trading for Achane and giving up White. Although I didn't think White was going to keep going off the way he did. I thought I got a couple of good weeks out of him. It was a good sell high value. I don't know if I'm still a believer, but then again, Tampa's really been feeding him the ball. So I think that one's going to bite me. The Pacheco for Ayuk, I think is honestly pretty even. Pacheco's helped me out a lot, although he's been out the past 2 weeks. And Ayuk has had a couple of boom weeks, although the last week wasn't great for him. So I mean, if Pacheco's back in for the playoffs, I think that'll be super helpful. So I don't know. I've won one, lost one. I guess that's the gamble that we take.
Yeah, it works out. I'm about to find that out myself going up against Garrett with Barkley and then with Gus Edwards and Wilson. Although Wilson, I'm confident in. Very confident in Wilson. Not so confident in Gus Bus on the other end. Don't even think I played.
Oh, Keaton Mitchell's out for the season, so I might be able to feed Gus a little more.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's see. He was out last week, right?
Keaton Mitchell, I don't know if he was out last week. I know.
No,
Did you guys see his
he
injury?
tore his ACL on Sunday.
Yeah,
It
did you
was
guys see that? That was nasty. So bad.
Try not to watch him. Gus did give me
Yeah.
13. I took a gamble in playing Foreman in that spot instead of him. And because of Keaton Mitchell, that's actually why. So dumb question earlier. But because of Keaton Mitchell being there, so I played Foreman. That was a huge mistake as he got -6 yards and -0.6 points.
You could have started your entire team and still lost.
Thank you. Thank you.
Damn.
Yeah, I could have. It was a massive blowout, like I said. Not fun at all. Did not have the voodoo in me this time around. That's all right. There's always next year, right? Once again, I'm battling for like the 10th, 11th spot and 12th even. This is wonderfully awful. Turning things around though. We're learning. Let's see. So I had a question. I lost it. Fuck. Sorry, kids. Sorry
Well,
to the kids that watch this.
All you think.
What?
So you think about your question. I'll talk about his trades that he was talking about. So the Pacheco JSN for Ayuk and Dotson up until this week was really even. Obviously, Ayuk and Dotson both sucked this week. So honestly, week 15 was your huge win week because they just did nothing. Ayuk and Pacheco have been pretty even the whole time. Dotson has decreased each week. And then what was your other one?
It was
Yeah,
White
freaking
and Cooper for Achan or Achan, however you like to say his name.
absolutely nothing except for this week. But been consistently at 15 or better, and which is surprising that they just keep feeding him, but he's freaking getting it done. So I'm surprised.
I guess the other point to that too is and this might be a little backwards. I don't like to have two of the people on the same team, generally speaking. So I had your favorite person, Mike Evans, and White, and I was like, I can't have two Tampa Bay players. They're not the best team in the world, so I wanted to get rid of at least one of them.
Also, to be fair, Akane's upside is ridiculous if he would
Yeah.
stay healthy.
Oh, and if they would stop feeding Mozart, that old silly guy he is.
Did you guys see I renamed our loser trophy?
I did.
I didn't
That's
see that.
hilarious.
I changed the name. I changed the trophy. Before it was a toilet and it was like poop and gnats and whatever, which makes sense. You know, it's a poop bowl. I did change it up a little bit. New trophy for our loser this year. It is named Stupid Fucking Idiot.
Nice.
It's a cardboard box with some gnats flying around. So I thought that was a little fun. Love that little feature that Sleeper gives us. Really big fan of Sleeper in this
Yeah.
app. Flipped
Oh, for
over to
sure.
my other league, the ESPN one. I don't know if anyone still uses that one, but I have one in it. I had Kevin run my wife's account in my family league over there. He lost first round of playoffs. It's fine. But yeah, ESPN fantasy app it's kind of trash now that I've used Sleeper so much, but big props to them. And if you didn't notice, they have like the stupid little logo pictures now, like where they have like Christian McCaffrey and like a elf costume or some stupid thing, like all these people. Thought that was fun. So question, I can't remember who brought this up. I'm thinking it might have been Kevin. I know that Steve has asked me this in the past, I'm pretty sure. But a thought process, not this year, but maybe going into next year. Does anyone have an opinion or a thought on dynasty style fantasy where you there's ways you can break it up. So either A, we draft as of next year and then we keep those teams carry on, or we can do it as a keeper style where we keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players into the next season, redraft the rest. I just thought somebody brought it up. I think it might have been. Was it you, Kevin?
Yeah, I just asked if you guys ever did it. But yeah, I did bring it up.
Gotcha. Okay. So my question is just to you guys can answer if you curious or if you have a response. But my question to everyone else watching this video is that an interest with us at all, or are we strictly redraft everything every single year?
Nick?
Yeah. I've never done it before. I think it would be interesting. I have some friends that do it and they talk about their draft picks and trading those and rebuilding their teams. I think you can add a fun dynamic to it. The other portion, and this is just a thought too, with the 12 team, I don't know if one flex as opposed to two would be beneficial, just giving some more room for waiver wire pickups and helping people who faced a lot of injuries. But that's another topic for a different day. I think it would be interesting to do like a keeper league or a dynasty. More complex but fun.
Okay.
I like it, honestly.
You like the idea?
Yeah, I would. I don't know if I would change
Yeah.
it.
Keeper
I
or
mean, Dynasty. Like I've always been intrigued by that kind of style of fantasy. So it could be cool for our league, but I mean, we have been going for already like 2 years now. It would be cool to switch it up, but I mean, I don't know. It definitely is something that sounds neat to me with like trading picks and all that stuff and like holding on to players. So maybe sounds like an interesting idea. But I could definitely do it.
Yeah, there is that feature, for those that don't know, where you would be able to trade players for picks.
You could like literally tank too if you wanted to.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could. Your integrity is going to come up in question with the league if you start doing it for that purpose. But there is that option of the trading picks. I know I'm pretty sure Sleeper does it where there's like also a bid option. If you got into that portion of the league where you start to like, free agent bidding, you get value, you kind of have like a cap and stuff. What's up?
Is that, are you talking like fab? So like you get like I don't know what fab stands for, but you get like 100 fab a season and you can spend that instead of like waiver wire order, you can use your points, and the more you bid, the higher chance you have getting that. I do have that in one of my other leagues, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Really
yeah.
nice. Really nice.
Just a thought, because it's something else. I know we've kept Sleeper. We've kept fantasy pretty simple, pretty easy, and I'm not here to absolutely make any absurd changes without going through it with everyone in an agreement. So I'm going to ask everyone, obviously, and people can throw their opinions here. But at the end of the year, once everything is said and done, I am going to go through with every single person. I kind of did it last year with a lot, but we did have some changes last year. So this year I'm going to go with every single person, do a little evaluation, kind of get your thoughts, get your ideas, bring it in, incorporate some things, fix some things. I know I've talked about it before. We're going to revamp the entire scoring system. We're going to take it a notch and restart. I know I already know what every single person's going to say when I ask it. So ignore the defensive thing because it's going to change. But yeah, Brad.
Something came to me, I think it was last night when I was watching some game. For kickers, a bonus point should be awarded for a game-winning kick.
I'm
like 2, maybe 3.
Is it? Do you know? Is it a setting in there?
I don't know. No.
So I'll have to look because there's all kinds of different stipulations and things I can do in terms of bonus points for each position that there is.
Yeah.
So I'll look at it.
Giving 300 yards passing.
What's that?
300 yards passing is a good one.
Bonus points for 300 yards passing or more, 100 yards or more receiving, 100 yards or more rushing.
Yeah.
I know we have one for we have little ones for over 45-yard touchdown, stuff like that. There's another, the defense one, you get points if you keep, under 100 yards, which I think we saw once.
Yeah, I think it was, honestly, or the Dolphins.
I think it may have been the Dolphins. I think I may have claimed it not that long ago when they were playing the Jets. Because I'm pretty sure the Jets did not hit 100 yards offensively.
They actually hit 103 this week. So you just missed.
Jesus. They suck.
They're so
still 1-1. But if these are just few ideas I've been throwing up, we're getting towards the end of the year. So I start to think about those things, start to think about, how we can revamp the league, make things better, fix some things. Don't come at me with general complaints on reasons that you lost and fixing that. But in terms of the defense, as much as I think everyone hates it with, Garrett specifically, I think he lost to defenses like a lot, especially early on. They were getting like 45 points and he was losing by 10. So I understand that common issue, but overall, I think it was. I mean, it's an equal playing field with the defenses, but I see how it's not. So
The issue with is it's such a thrill when your team puts up 50, and when you get 50 on you, you're like, what the f is this?
yeah, it is. It's tough. But I mean, it goes the same way for quarterbacks. You know, your quarterback gets 10, someone put up 50. Here's what it is. It was just an attempt to kind of revamp and add some purpose
good
to defense. I mean, I feel like there's still something that we can. I think you had mentioned to me return yards being drastic
Yeah.
and bringing that down specifically because I think a lot of points. I mean, they come from defensive touchdowns, but return points are huge because it counts for punts. I don't know if it counts for kicks, but I know it counts for.
It's kick return yards, punt return yards, interception return yards. You get points for all of them.
Yeah, the
Just-
99-yard interception really hurt a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, there's a lot there. Got a voicemail from someone from Toledo. I wonder who that is.
Saying like maybe every 10 yards you get like point or something like that. But
yeah, we can work it down. We'll like I said, I'll revamp. I'll go in, do some research, do some thought processes. I'll get everyone a little bit more involved in that sense of where we want rather than just going to go and do it and then let you guys know. Because this was an experimental year a little bit. And maybe we do an experimental with the dynasty or keeper thing. We can always revert back, but again, we'll kind of see everyone's thoughts, opinions, and ideas on that. Fun stuff there. I really hope next year we avoid so many IR players.
Yeah.
Dude, just drastic this year. So many injuries and issues going on, and it's ridiculous. But welcome to fantasy, I guess. I guess last thing. Let me pull it up real quick. Brad, I want your opinion. And you've played everyone here. I'm leaving these two guys out of it. They don't get a say. Our final four, Steve or Zach, Kevin, which Kevin did perfect on his little final four guessing, by the way, everyone, if you're curious. Steve and then Nick. Right now with this final four, who do you think is going final two? Who do you think we're going to see in the championship out of those four teams? Just kind of based off the season, based off of, what you've played, what you think.
Let's see. Man, I wish the projections were out, but well, Nick beat me for the first time yesterday, so
First time ever in this league.
That's right. That's right. I want to do something maybe at the end because I will do like a final video once we have a champion and everything. Maybe I'll pull up like some league records or something and we'll kind of go over that and see craziness. But
Steve's always giving me fits. I feel like Kevin beat me this year. Zach, I don't know. I feel like we probably 500 against each other. I'm gonna go Kevin versus Nick. I feel like
okay, Kevin, Nick, and then
Kevin, Nick. That's my final guess.
0 projection numbers
Just
here.
based off who I've played. Nothing predictions.
Right. And then Kevin, Nick, and then first thought right now, it's a 2-week battle. You got to think playoffs. You got to think sitting. Who do you think wins it all?
Let me see Zach's team one more time.
Oh, he's thinking hard.
while he's 6 of the 12 first-round picks missed significant time this year.
6
JJ,
for 12.
yeah, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Eckler. I guess Tyreek Hill only missed one. Cooper Kupp, Nick Chubb. All of them.
Poor Nick Chubb.
He beat me. It's only fair he wins. Nick.
Okay.
He beat me, so it's only fair that I root for him the rest of the way.
All right, you heard it here first. This is Brad's predictions. You heard it here first. I'm not even gonna let you guys beef it out. I guess we'll see if we get there. Then we can.
Fair.
Well, what's that?
I said we got to get there before we can beef it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
That's why we're gonna wait. We'll wait to beef it out. Zach's over here. Zach's gonna watch this video and he's sitting here like, why am I not being talked about?
Zach seems good. He's got the best record, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's done numbers. He's
Yeah.
done wins.
Got the record to prove it.
So good luck to you, Final Four. You two specifically there here with me today. Brad, are you completely done? Are those two guys done then?
I think I
No.
played Caleb, right?
You have to
Yeah.
go. Oh, you have to go into.
The
Yeah, 'cause I
5-6
played Kevin
battle.
once,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. There's has to be that battle. I always forget. I always think it just stops, but it doesn't. So good luck to you, and hopefully maybe you can pull out a better positioning now. And still, get top 4 even.
Nope. Awesome.
Nope. Top 5, top number 5. What are you right now?
6.
You're 6. Maybe you can pull 5.
That'd be 5, yeah.
Yeah. All righty. Well, that's all I have for us today. Hopefully this didn't go too terribly long. Shouldn't have. Maybe Huffy will watch this one. Doubt it. Viewership's gone down. Anything else to add from you guys?
I don't think so. Good luck to you, boys.
Ready for Zach?
Appreciate it.
Ready for Zach? Perfect.
I'd say I'm ready for Steve, but he's not real. So
Okay. All righty. Steve, so I hope you know this. If Steve wins this entire thing, so this is a message for everyone. If Steve wins this entire thing, he's not even getting the trophy. He's giving it to Kevin Masella.
Jesus.
Wasn't he in the finals last year? He lost
Probably.
to Lonnie, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he beat me in the final 4.
Yeah, Steve's got the magic somewhere, man. I don't know what it is. But yeah, he says that if he wins, he's giving the damn trophy to Kevin Masella. We can't be letting Kevin stare at this trophy for a year.
No.
Guy that's not
He doesn't have
even
a bunch of beer in it.
I've played fantasy football for years. I have never seen a man like Steve. It's insane.
You've never seen Steve.
It doesn't see what he does. Crazy.
Awesome. Love it. He loves the bit. He's never going to end the bit. He might end the bit when we have our banquet, but we'll see. But other than that, thanks for joining us tonight, boys. Good luck to you guys. Carry on in the fantasy football world. We'll see you next week.
So we'll see you.